queens, hello kings. I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about the healing process, about overcoming the aftermath. I just want to speak a little bit about why I created this group and some of the ideas that I have in mind. First of all, I was in a situationship since the age of 17. Even still till now, I kind of struggle with going back and forth with the relationship. It was a very toxic relationship, and I had to finally get to that point in my life where I had to do what was best for me and for my kids. And a lot of the times we don't know that it's a repeated cycle, that we either learned this kind of behavior growing up from either your mother or your father, or there's something that's going on with you that's attracting these type of people into your life. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I had to do to try to let go of some of that hurt. The first thing that I had to do was I had to let go of the things that I had in mind. I know that sounds a bit different, but the hardest part for me was accepting him for who he was. Like, in my mind, I had created this total person that I wanted him to be, instead of accepting him for who he really was. Once I had gotten to the point of accepting him for who he truly was, I was able to come back to reality. I was able to start the healing process. This person was the father of my children. So I grew up in foster care. I grew up without a mother and without a father, and I wanted so badly to have that for my kids. My mother died when I was 13, and my father was in and out of prison and running the streets and stuff. And a lot of that behavior, I watched my mother do it, and it's like I was repeating the same cycles that my mother was doing. And so I think a lot of times, once we get down to the core of what's really going on, we could better have a better understanding of the healing. We could start healing, you know. And so I just wanted to come on here and talk to everybody, and I would like to go live sometimes and have like some open discussions about things, you know. I want us to be able to vent and talk to each other and encourage one another, and to be able to be I want to be able to be the person that tells you, I've went through it, I've understand it, I allowed a lot of things to happen in my life that now I would never tolerate, never. And then I have to think about I have two daughters, and they're 14 and 15. So I have to think now, do I want them to witness what I witnessed my mother going through? It has to stop somewhere. Somewhere it has to stop. I would not want my daughters to feel like it's okay for a man to mistreat you. And a lot of times, not even just a romantic relationship. Sometimes it could be, as far as, excuse me, I'm sorry. Sometimes it could be even family members can be toxic, you know. I grew up in a home where my mom was very depressed, and she would say and do things to belittle us, to make us feel like we were less than. Like, I grew up with my mom calling me ugly. I grew up with my mom calling me bitches, hoes, I mean, all kind of negative things. And when you're growing up like that, and you have someone who's supposed to be loving and caring towards you, and they're telling you, oh, you're not going to be anything, you're not going to amount to anything, you're going to be fucked up just like your daddy and stuff like that. And when you hear that all those years of your life, you kind of start to believe those things. And when you start to, what I had to do is I had to let go of everything that I had in mind. Everything that I had in mind, I had to let it go. Even as far as like, because at first I was actually believing the things that my mom had said to me. Like, I was growing up feeling like I wasn't nothing. I was growing up feeling like I wasn't going to be anything. And then it had got to the point in my life where I told myself I would not be a victim of this anymore. I am a victor. So it's a lot. I had to adjust. I had to train myself to, like, that's not normal behavior. You know, it's not okay for somebody to talk to you like that. It's not okay to accept somebody mistreating you like that. Once you get to that point, I even had went to the point of, like, you know, questioning all the time, like, I'm such a good person, I'm such a nice person, why would this person do this, why would this person do that? And now I'm to the point in my life, I'm not questioning why is this person doing this and why is this person doing that. Now I'm at the point in my life of, why am I allowing these people to do this to me? What is it about me and what is it in my spirit that's making this okay for people to mistreat me the way that they're mistreating me? Queens, king, it is not okay to let somebody mentally abuse you, physically abuse you, emotionally abuse you. It's not okay at all. And if you have kids, your kids are watching this. Your kids mimic everything that you do. At least one of them will. And I'm telling you, I have a testimony. I have been through so much growing up in a abusive home, my mom dying, me being in foster care from home to home to home, and then I've been in an abusive relationship all of these years. And not even just the physical, just the emotional, and just tolerating the manipulation and the cheating. All these things, you have to find what's triggering this. You have to find out what's going on or what has happened to you that's attracting these type of things to you. You have to figure out, you have to be able to heal. You have to heal. You have to forgive. If you don't forgive, you'll hold this grudge with you, and you will carry it with you, and it will affect every part of your life. Every part. It was a part of me where I used to couldn't even talk about a lot of the things that I went through, as far as the abuse from my mother, or the abuse from my father, or even the abuse in my romantic relationship. I would just be in tears because I hadn't healed from it. I have finally gotten to that point in my life where I'm able to speak on these things. I will, if I could help anybody else or encourage anybody else who has went through any of the same things, I want to be that person to do that. So that's why I created this group. I will start going live, I believe, maybe on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you guys want to come in and talk, if you want to vent, we could talk about some of the things that you've went through. I could share some of the things that I went through, and we could start talking and making plans about ways where we can start healing from this. So if you're interested, you guys, just message me, and I just want to come on here and talk to you all guys and give you guys some hope, and I don't want you to feel like you're alone. And remember to stay